Alright, recording.
You buy it in grocery stores and you put it in water and then you don't have heartburn.
Yeah, I don't think we have that here. So Japan's dead. Mensch is dead. We're gonna start with Key.
Hey,
Uh,
tag. What's the tag?
uh, QIC, and I'm also gonna stream on Discord so you guys can, if you want.
Excellent.
So what happened here is Wu went into Japan. On the first war, he got this province and a strait here. And then Japan, instead of truce breaking and getting that back, just let him consolidate, and then Wu landed the rest of his troops and started another war. Quick note, if you're ever in that position where they have a piece of your island, as Japan, as GB, as Malaya, as anyone, you want to truce break as soon as possible when they don't have anything there. Occupy and hold, and then just peace them out to get back your island, because island integrity is everything as an island nation. And Japan didn't do that, and he got fucked over, and now Wu's gonna form into Japan, I'm assuming. Manchu lasted until session 2, I think, or session 1, and then got inted by Qi, although I don't think Manchu, I don't really know what happened here, but I wouldn't just play Manchu because Manchu is an unplayable tag in the mod at the moment and needs to be reworked. It can't compete with the reworked China. So whatever Manchu player did, it could be his fault, but probably not. He has 2.5k in the bank. For some odd reason, let me see who that's played by. He is played by Quad, the season 28 Malaya player.
Maybe he's waiting for manufacturers on the next step.
Let's see what the next stack is. He gets weapons manufactories, naval equipment, and textile. Definitely waiting for that. I think this region has a fair amount of silk and cloth. Is this silk?
Yep.
And what's the other thing called? Cloth, yeah.
That's cloth, yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna get a fair bit of money building those. Probably a good idea to wait and build those right away unless he has some good workshops, and he does. You want to build this. This is pretty important. It's a very good trade good. You don't really want to sit on the cash. Besides that, I mean, he should be building force limit buildings. Let's see what his force limit. Okay, maybe not yet. He needs more manpower first, so more deving. His manpower to force limit ratio is not very good. Yeah, waiting for the manufacturer is probably a good idea here, because that's going to give him a boost in his economy, and I think he seems to be in a good diplomatic position, so he can afford to greed and wait, because he's just going to be eating into Girin for free. I don't think he has any competition here. He's allied to Wu, so Wu's probably going to eat Japan and Nippon, and he gets all of Girin. So he can just sit on the money and wait. Unless Bukhara decides to come in and int him.
Minus 35% building cost is also nice when building buildings.
Where does he get that from?
He has 10 from his IDs,
10
his
from queen
policies,
gets
10
plus
from
10 though.
economic.
His queen gets plus 10 though, so you might want to...
Yeah, but she's not in power.
Oh, I didn't realize this only comes into play when she's in power.
Yeah, no, she is not in power.
My bad.
I checked the country modifiers, it's minus 33 because of inflation, but yeah.
That's pretty nice.
He's gonna be able to build a lot of stuff with that money.
Yeah, Key's in a pretty good spot. Shouldn't be keeping these forts online. Like, if you're trying to save money to build manufactories, I don't know if I'd delete them, but there's definitely better fort locations. This is a Manchu fort setup, where he wants forts on grasslands. But you probably want to move this fort somewhere else, like here. And then
bordering the other one.
Sorry. Well, yeah, but this one should get deleted. This one's useless for him.
Oh, yeah.
This one's completely useless. You want the fort here, and then if Japan decides to int you, he has to go all the way around, and then you can fort here too. And then Japan has like a narrow stretch that he has to walk here, and you can just keep cutting off his reinforcements from the north. And it's actually a very good fort line that is not very obvious, but it's pretty good. Like a fort here, and then Japan has to either siege that or go all the way through using one province as his width.
Anyway, I think Korea is Qi's vassal, so...
Oh, that's good. So I guess he's not giving Korea to Nippon. That's very good. Um, don't know if I would have vassalized it. Uh, it's gonna cost a fair amount of dip, and you know it's not like you're gonna be using admin on much else. Like to core all of this, it'll be pretty cheap. Like this is very low dev land.
I'm guessing he wanted the admin points for filling out economic.
Probably, but
Just
now he's
to
gonna
that
now
cheaper.
he
Yeah.
has to go mill and then dip policy, and then he's gonna be behind on dip because he has to spend all of that on integrating Korea, or he's gonna be very far behind on integrating Korea, so that kind of puts him in a bad position. On that note, you also want to divert trade from Korea and dev them once or twice, or some way to lower their or liberty desire, because them pushing trade is pretty decent for you because Nippon goes. Oh, you don't own Hangzhou. I forgot Nippon doesn't go straight to Beijing here. But still pretty good because you're already leeching out to Hangzhou, so yeah, probably divert trade out to Korea. Besides that, next idea should definitely be a mill one. I don't think that's necessary to say. Plutocratics, I think the best choice. Gives you.
Really?
He doesn't have morale. I think is an idea set.
Okay.
He only has ICA, and he doesn't get morale from quantity either. So his morale is gonna be lacking if he doesn't go for a morale idea.
But doesn't going quantity plutocratic kind of make your troops like paper?
Well, he has ICA in his idea set, and plutocratic also gives morale, 10 morale. So I think it's a decent one because it also gives him econ bonuses. You might also want to go quality, although quality doesn't give you morale either. But I think morale's definitely necessary here, otherwise he's going to be lacking on morale a lot, and morale's always king. So either defensive, plutocratic, quality, you know, it's his pick, but I would go plutocratic in my opinion. He needs the morale, basically. We'll look at morale of other countries soon, but his is 3.2, and I think that's definitely lacking a lot. Like, that is very weak.
That's
Vassal
incredibly weak.
force limit. I guess when we see policies, it's still bugged, or what do you have as this policies?
I think the policies are working.
Okay, because I'm not a fan of vassal force limit contribution.
Yeah, I don't think it adds a lot.
It gives.
Yeah, he gets 13 plus 150, so he gets like 20 force limit extra actually. So that's
I
it's not.
can't be correct.
Well, look.
Those
Yeah.
numbers there are already.
Oh, this is already with the buff. Okay, so
It should be.
it's not a lot then actually. So
Yeah, and he could go to like minus 30% shock damage taken.
yeah,
Might be fun.
I mean, I don't think he's in any danger
Yeah,
right
he's
now, but
not
obviously at war you wanna get manpower recovery speed for bigger seconds, morale and shock damage. The vessel contribution is negligible for you right now.
By the way, Karmak, one thing you were missing out about his morale is his prestige currently is atrocious, and
Yeah,
somehow so is his army tradition. Oh, we have only 9 army trad.
yeah, I don't
So
think he's been
his,
fighting a lot.
yeah, but like his morale does have a good potential to skyrocket.
You might want to roll for a prestige advisor. You know, that's a good point. Your prestige is really bad, and that's tanking your morale. But that's it for Key, I think. Did he get victory card? He has one on 1k on Wu. And he's number 10 on score. Let's see his score. No point looking at all that yet. Let's take a look at Wu, the Japanese Chinese player. Oh, tag Wu.
That's a nice tag.
Wu doesn't have a obscene amount of money in the bank. His economy is a bit weaker, I think, by 24 ducats a month, or a year. Wait, no, a month. I'm stupid. By Key, morale is 4.57. So again, very much ahead of Key because he's got Pluto. His prestige is decent, and let's see, army tradition. Army tradition is better.
Behind on ideas.
Yeah, he's 4 ideas behind Key, and I don't really understand why, because Chinese have a very Ooh, Yu's even more behind. Chinese have a very easy time getting ideas filled, so I don't really understand why. I guess he wasn't doing show of strength on cooldown, and now he has all player. Oh no, that's not him. Shun Japan, yeah. Well, he has Japan that's AI now, so I would maybe do a show of strength to Japan because it would help you fill out both econ and quality instead of just conquering on cooldown, and also it's a lower truce timer. But I don't really.
Shared strength is still 15 years
Oh.
truce because it's 100% force score.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it might be good to just focus on conquering all of Japan and tag swapping, because I think going Japan is definitely better than keeping these ideas. They don't look. Although dev cost is pretty nice. Oof. I don't think he's the only country in the neighborhood that has a dev cost modifier. That's pretty good. Maybe stay a little bit to use the dev cost. And also, if you tag swap to Japan, you won't be able to do the Chinese mission tree, which is pretty dank, and form the Great Wu eventually. Besides that, you're running quite a bit of a surplus and running a level 1 advisor while you're filling out quality. I would try and bump that up a little bit. It's, you know, you should be converting money into mana as much as possible.
When did his war with Japan end?
The truce is till 25, so probably, what, 9 years ago?
Yeah, okay. Then he should have a different mill advisor, I agree.
Yeah. And, I mean, he can promote this one. Oh, he's 50. I don't know if you'd waste the money on promoting that. None of them are half cost. Probably get the land maintenance one.
Just buy the maintenance.
Yeah, buy him and hope for the army reform and then end key, because if you get, or end someone, because if you get 20% more morale, you're gonna be in a position to roll anyone in China, but you should make sure you use that power spike to your advantage and not just let it go to waste because you have Japan to eat, because Japan's not going anywhere. I don't see anyone stealing Japan from you. Alright, Wu has got his victory card and key. 1Ks don't really matter. I wouldn't really break alliances over a 1K. Overall, like, it doesn't really contribute much to someone winning the game or not.
We're saying that, but the 1K one will tick for you and give you 1 monthly score for the rest of the game. So
that's true.
Like, if you hold that for 300 years, that's 3,000 score. Just saying.
It's pretty significant, yeah. Unless you're already going for maxing out Crownland and giving to nobility, which I wouldn't be. I would wait till Golden Era, pop Golden Era, and then dev to 100 Crownland with seizing, and then give it to nobility. So at the moment, what you should be doing is selling on cooldown, and if you go below 20, it doesn't really hurt you at all. Like, it gives some ticking autonomy, but if you look, you're still losing autonomy per month. So you shouldn't worry about going below 20. Just hurts your tax income. Oof, your tax income's actually decent. You should be burning tax, speaking of. Yeah, lots of tax to burn. You're already doing it, so that's good, but in some provinces you don't really want to be sitting on tax dev unless it's for a building slot. Give you stability to 1, obviously, because prosperity is a good thing. I'm gonna guess that just dropped before the session ended because he has prosperity in places. And yeah, definitely sell titles so you can build up a lot more, because you still have, I mean, these aren't dev'd yet, but it's really good trade goods, so you should still be building on them. And with the manufacturers around the corner, which you have very good ones, you should be selling titles to get the money and probably save up for manufacturers. And that's it for Wu. On short diplo note, is allied to Yu and Qi, so Shun's isolated right now. Shun's also rivaled. Shun has... So I think it's just a power projection rivalry. It looks like all 4 Chinese are allied to each other by proxy at this point. Alright, let's look at you. You seems to be having some friction with Siam, or not. I thought this was you land. I must be confused with a different game. I thought you had this land, but apparently not. They're allied. rival to Malacca, although Malacca's friends with Siam, so I think that's just for power projection. Rival to Japan, so you're not really doing much at the moment. When your power projection starts dipping below 50, you should definitely pick third rival, although keeping a rival slot open right now so you can, you know, be a little more flexible is a good idea. You can see how many troops the enemy has, and you know, you can switch rivals when you need to fight. Besides that, let's look at this build up. We can't hear you, Mitch. You're lagging a lot.
They also
Mitch?
don't you? Oh. Hello?
Yeah, you're having some issues, Mitch.
Okay. I'll try to fix it.
Anyway, you is played by Hunterino, which is a new player on the server. He's doing relatively well, although I don't know why the snake to the west, if he's like allied to Siam. Running level 1 advisors is also a bit weird.
Level 3,
seeing
his
his 8 ideas. Key has 14, Shun has 14, Siam has 15. 8 is a bad position to be in.
Yule is really lagging behind because if you notice, he colonized that one province in Taiwan. So what he did is he initially took
Oh my god,
the
right. He's
expansion ideas, to a few ideas into it, colonized that, and then dropped it.
Yikes, he's the guy that went expansion. If you went that, like, that's a Pepega play because you're surrounded by potential enemies, so going expansion is a very bad move. But if you did, you should at least own it and should have, you know, colonized a little more than just one province for 800 Diplo or admin. I don't know what I think it was Diplo, I don't, because, yeah, I think he went exploration, not expansion. But either way, at the moment, you're behind and you need to catch up, so promote your advisors. If you have half-cost ones, do that, and if you get the maintenance advisor for Mill, do that too, to roll the army reform, because I think you're gonna be in a war fairly soon. I don't see the situation lasting very long like it is. Morale-wise, 4.24, so not bad. I think that's on par with Wu. Yeah, pretty much the same. 73,000 manpower, so that's significantly weaker than Wu and Key. And he's run out of expansion options, unless he wants to go into Philippines, which might be a good call, you know, if you have nothing else to do. Going there is probably not the worst idea, although you would have to, you know, rival Malacca.
Yeah, he would piss off Malacca doing that.
So
yeah.
you
it's already a Malacca vassal.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind that. So you're properly out of expansion room. All of these are vassals as well. So you needs to be making some Diplo instead of being allied to all 3 of his neighbors and figuring out what to do, because yeah, at the moment you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. I guess he's the guy that got that took when the other dude rage quit.
Yeah, he went into, he got all of Burma for free, and then we had to say fix it, but
no. Oh yeah, he got a bit of.
Yeah, but he had to return it and got the truce.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. He's a new player. He didn't really know that that's nation running.
Yeah, it's completely fine, but that also put him somewhat behind, I guess.
I guess, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's about it for you. You just need to do Diplo and maybe talk to Key, split Shun and Wu or something, because if you, at this point, I think if you're not diploing with others to make moves, others are gonna be diploing behind your back to make moves and split you.
Yeah, or they're not even gonna do Diplo, they're just gonna eat you.
Yeah, so you need to
just gonna deck on you and kill you.
You need to be talking and making plans, because being allied to all 3 won't last. I can promise you that. Like, at the moment it's a comfy spot where you're allied to all 3 and you think no one's gonna ever attack you, but like, that's just not gonna happen.
I guess if you'd kept exploration.
If he kept exploration, he would have to rival Malacca's navy, and I don't think he can at the moment. His shoreline isn't very big, and it's not very developed either. And Malacca has a lot more to get sailors and ships from. So going exploration at this point, like as your third idea group, if you consider that.
It's way too late now, at least.
Yeah, I would definitely not go exploration third. If you consider that as your probable out, That's a bad move. I don't see that happening at all. Like you're not gonna
Yeah,
you're not
he
gonna be
should have
able to.
committed to it. And
What?
he should have committed to it sooner if that's what his plan
Yeah,
was.
Yeah,
he's,
definitely.
yeah, go kill someone, you.
Um,
Ally Ki or Siam or Malak and
or
just
even
kill
Wu and kill Shun or like someone. You,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can't just sit here because you'll die. Anyway, let's look at Siam. Siam's played by variants, 126,000 max manpower,
So don't try kill Siam, I guess you kill someone else.
4.38, so a little over what you has manpower wise, or morale wise, pardon. 506. I don't.
I'm loving the multiplayer ruler. Yeah, that's how you do.
Yeah.
Early game multiplayer, just get that coring and mill IDs.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent ruler. Although, like, Devi's gonna hurt. Now that you finished Econ, I would try and get him killed, get him in an army. Which you haven't done. I mean, I don't see why keep him over the air at this point. Like 2 mil points, but you get 6 dip that you can use to dev. I think it's pretty decent because a lot of good trade goods here are very good. So dip points now are gonna be very valuable. Hasn't used his golden era yet, and I think you can fire it if he can get trade-in bonus or unified culture. What's his culture like? Yeah, probably unified culture would be easier, although he'd have to borrow a province from Malaya or have him converted.
I also think he's trading in tropical woods, which I don't know if you guys knew how powerful that was because it could use
It's
to boost dev
bonkers.
costs.
Why triggered modifiers bugged?
It's not a
It gives
trigger
him
modifier.
It gives him -5 dev costs.
I thought it was
Yeah,
10,
both
so
have
it's
it.
not insane.
No, it's -5. But yeah. Siam got his victory card on you, so that I would be worried if I was you. He is getting subsidized from Malacca, and they have a trade deal, which is a pretty decent one. Because, you know, his trade node naturally ends here, and Siam going against Malacca is a very hard battle to win because you need a navy for that. And this is like another one of those Spain-Portugal relationships where they have a very they can prosper off each other a lot. I just wanted to check if they're following the alliance rules because they have to be, well, it counts as an ally slot if you have a trade deal with someone right now. So that kind of limits Malaya or Malacca, but you know, it is what it is. It looks like at the moment Siam's pushing west-ish to consolidate Burma, which, you know, seeing as Bengal's dead and there's a huge power vacuum here, Tibet or Ava player just did weird stuff and died. Going west is a good idea. Note on Ava player, Ava starts here, obviously he was fairly strong. I think he was stronger than Siam on session 1 review. And then instead of going against Siam, going against Bengal, doing something smart, he decided to give Bengal all of this land for free and migrate to Tibet and form Tibet. And we gave him a warning, told him that's nation ruining, and then he did it again with you last session, and then we banned him from the server, and we did live save fixes to give back the land to Tibet because it was unfair. And then it looks like Shun rolled in and got all of the land because, you know, you was on Truce Timer. But yeah, note to new players, if someone offers you that, don't accept it, it's nation ruining. Although if you declare on them and they just surrender, you know, it's their own fault. But what happened here is Tibet declared on you and then just gave him the land for free, which is, you know, then obviously you's gonna be punished.
And there are cases where it might be okay, but you should still.
Yeah, for example, if you declared and then Tibet just gave up, we can't punish you for that, you know, because what's you gonna do? Not attack, you know?
Or even 1444 England France, England just giving away course is.
Yeah, because
fine.
it's strategic.
Well, we also have to find a balance there because what would we do?
Let's not get into that,
situation?
Mitch, right now, because I'm just trying to get on with the countries. I think that's about it for Siam. Not much else to say. Pretty decent country. I think he's One of the strongest in Asia right now. If Key manages to just fix his morale and quality, then Key's probably pretty strong. Although we haven't looked at Shun, and Shun's usually decently strong because this trade node here is very good in New China. So let's take a look at Shun. 144,000 manpower, so about the same as Siam. More morale than Siam, marginally though, not a huge amount more. In a very good position to take out Key or Yu and make big profits in China. I would consider consolidating my node as well. Like there's a lot of little vessels here that I don't really... I hope no one vassalized the commandery because they does give a huge loyalty penalty. Again, oh, why can't I interact with this thing? I guess the vassal panel is bugged. You should be...
Yeah, you've got different one.
Yeah. Shun seems to be an excellent opportunity to exploit the weakness of his neighbors in China and get inting. If he can fire his golden Nira, then he can definitely 1 versus 2 or even 1 versus 3 them, because he's got really low morale. Yu's just a bit of a meme nation, and I mean Wu's the only... I think Wu's the only decently strong nation here. Although Wu's got 26 regiments at the moment, so yeah, it's a bit weird what's happening in China. Shun definitely seems like the strongest nation in China. All 3 interactions off cooldown though, definitely sell titles, get some more money, and then seize if you want, although use the... well, even if you seize, they're still loyal, so... normally if they're gonna drop loyalty after you seize, you want to dev first, but seeing as they don't, it doesn't matter. That allows you to embrace the institution, which we haven't looked at until now, because looks like everyone else has it. And you might want to do that because it's gonna unlock your next idea group. Although you can't really go into an idea group because you're far behind on ideas or tech. Half cost mill advisor who's Cantonese, so you can't promote that. That's unfortunate.
Maybe kick your heir down the stairs.
Yeah, I would definitely. Or if you're planning for a war, don't, because the prestige hit is gonna hurt. But if not, get the better heir. You need to get to your next idea group, so you need better mana generation, definitely. Try and improve your advisors. You're making surplus same as the others. Also, while not at war, no need to be maintaining your armies. And use that money for more mana generation.
He wasn't maintaining his army, you turned it up to check morale.
Oh. Funny me. He went...
Pro tips from Kajmak.
Yes, he went Shinto. He's the only one that went Shinto. Which I think is pretty good. I think Shinto is probably better than Confusion in this mod. And I don't see why the other ones, especially Wu, didn't convert to Shinto. I hope Wu's not converting Japan at least. I would definitely flip to Shinto if I was Wu.
Yeah, well, the mission to swap, you need like 15 non-Confucian provinces or something. So
oh, there's a mission?
Yeah, it's a question of faith. On the bottom right side. The monk praying, yeah.
Huh. And what, you get to pick one?
Yeah, you get to pick like any of the Eastern religions, like Mahayana, Vajrayana, say Confucian
nice.
for stab. Yeah. So like as Qi, after this war with Manchu, I'll take enough provinces to satisfy that, and then I'll flip.
Nice. Another country that's at 0 stab, and he could be getting prosperity. There's no devastation in this state, for example, and it's a fairly decent dev state. Definitely wanna, stab. Ooh, Jesus Christ! Why is your stab so expensive?
Of cap.
Religious unity. Oh, Jesus, that is expensive.
So I guess that's an answer to why not stab.
I guess so. Fuck me, that's like 280 mana on 1 stab up. Shit. Maybe convert faster. I don't know. Fuck.
He is Defender of Faith as well.
Yeah, and
so.
he's got the conversion advisor, so I guess that's why he's not stabbing.
So I guess it's fine. He is.
It is fine. Shun seems like a very decent country, very well set up. Played by Titus. He plays by Brazil, I think, in C28.
Yeah. He seems very decent.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing by the looks of it. I wouldn't like. It looks like he's going west and like challenging Bukhara and allied to the Chinese. I wouldn't do that. I would try and like because they're much easier to kill at the moment. Like honestly, I would probably go after China. While you have such a huge advantage of them, especially Siam does as well. Maybe ally Siam and do something. Although you're rival to Siam, so that kind of sucks. Anyway.
Yeah, but don't be the guy that allies Siam to kill you though.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at MLC. Nabi, you're making noises.
I am sorry, little one.
Can you push the top?
I'm so sorry that I have to bail.
You're so weird. You're such a freak. Alright, Malacca. 90 income already. Is he the richest in the world yet? No. I wonder who is. We'll find out. His morale is 3.58, although, you know, expected from Malacca. Went Explo economic. Third idea group, probably quality, because, you know, England can just roll in and start fighting you, seeing as England's playing very aggressively this season too. So maybe you want to get some ship quality in there too.
Hey, I'm a pacifist.
Peaceful. Tell that to Portugal.
He's been trained in the school of Octa. We're pacifists.
Running a level 1 advisor. I don't really know why. When you're making this much money, so probably fix that. I don't need to tell you. Why is he? Oh, he has one more policy. Institution spread national tax. Huh.
I'm gonna get yelled at for running a level 1 advisor.
I don't. Alright, whatever.
Can you fix his power projection?
Yeah, that can probably be fixed too. Let's see. Well, that was easy. And which is this one? Woo. Oh, I have to wait, and I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, there you go, fixed. So send insults, pretty easy. And what is he doing in general? Slowly going into fucking Australia, which is pretty good move because Australia got mega buffed in the mod. It's got like a lot more provinces than it used to. It's gonna be a very strong colonial tag for Navy. So
I don't get why he's so slow with that though, to be honest.
How many colonies does he have running at the moment? He's only 2 colonies running at the moment?
Yeah.
I would rush that. I mean, why not? Do you have the money? Yeah,
I just mean like England has 5 colonies already running when he doesn't have 1 yet.
Yeah, he's being very sparing with his money, and I don't really understand why, because again, England's got a lot of colonies, and even like if Malaya gets Australia and like a huge navy setup, like by the time he's in California, like he's just gonna get kicked out, and that's gonna be a problem. So probably hurry up, and also like England's gonna start snatching up the Polynesian like node here, or yeah, Polynesian triangle, and if he does, you're fucked. So you want to get that before England does, because otherwise you're not going to get any trade from America. So stop saving your money so much. I'm guessing he's waiting for the... No, he's already got... or doesn't... Yeah, he's waiting for the manufactories, because he's gonna have a couple good ones, but I don't really think that's worth it over colonizing hard or getting better advisors. He got his victory card on Siam, so that's not happening. I don't think so, at least. Like, I don't see why Malacca would break his alliance with Siam for like 1k. That'd be pretty stupid. Besides that, no other relations. Seems to just be, you know, allied to Siam, not really fucking with the Chinese, not going into India, just doing standard Malaya shit. I was wondering if he's going into Africa slowly, because Africa's kind of weak-ish. But
actually, Kaimak, if you take a look at China, he's pulling a lot of trade from Hamza because he parked a fleet in there. Like,
okay, yeah, that's
he's being antagonistic. He wants Japan at some point.
Oh, obviously he wants Japan, but he should be going after Japan sooner rather than later. Or if Wu gets partitioned by China, then it's going to be a free Japan for him. So I would be, if I was Chinese, I would also take that into consideration when considering partitioning Wu or something. Because if you give Malaya free Japan, then you're going to have a Malaya just draining your trade all game long. So you know, the bigger devil is probably Malaya here. That's all the Asians. We're gonna go look at Bahmanis.
I'm not sure if you failed your geography class, but India is still in Asia, my
Oh,
friend.
I mean Orientals, whatever. Bahmanis,
They don't have classes in Romania.
124 income. He is still not the richest one. I'm gonna guess England's the richest one.
I have an income of like 116.
Pretty good income for Bahmanis anyway.
Isn't Ottoman's the richest?
Yeah, Ottoman
Bahmanis is played by I can't pronounce that. Deccan the Caliph on Discord. I don't know what his name is. Whatever.
Olainen is how I think you would pronounce that. I'm not sure.
Exactly, that's what we're gonna call him. He's playing really well. He's 13C in C28. Won the 1v1 with Vijay, got Bengal killed, and is now partitioning India with Mewar, which is a very good play for him because leaves him in a pretty decent spot, especially if he makes a good border with Siam, and Siam's not a threat to him, then he can also int Mewar and just unify India, because Mewar is going to have Bukhara to worry about, Mewar is going to have Ottomans, Mamluks, other nations to worry about. Meanwhile, Bahmanis is just going to be safe, besides Siam, of course. But I think Siam is probably not going to fight the 124 income Bahmanis when he can just go into mega weak China.
Can you form Deccan for a sec? I think it's...
Yeah, you can just click it.
Which also gives him a big power spike.
Yeah.
Becomes the Empire and stuff as well.
What are the ideas for the con? Ooh, 10 morale,
decent.
Discipline, land force limit. The con's pretty good.
Goods produced, I think, too.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't switch to the con. Seems like a good idea.
I feel like he was just trying to, like, distract. It's like, oh, I'm not that strong at the end of the session, and push it at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, definitely is probably gonna form the con at the beginning of the session. Running a level 1 advisor with 42 surplus, 46 surplus is a bit weird. He is at 16 ideas, pretty good. I think he's the highest number of ideas that we've looked at so far, so that's pretty decent. Went for Econ 3rd, Innovative 2nd. That's a bit weird, champ, but yeah, it is what it is. And especially since you have fucking Innovative, why are you running level 1 advisors, you fucking weirdo? God, you wasted an entire idea group to get discounted advisors, and then you don't run high level advisors, like, ugh.
And not meritocratic.
How old is his heir there?
His heir is 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Kajmak, if you look at his government ideas...
Government? You mean reforms?
Yeah, why do you run state cost instead of advisor cost when you have innovative?
Where?
You could have like minus next one.
Wait, there's a dev cost modifier in the Indian?
No, that's state maintenance.
No, it's only, yeah, there is in the 2nd tier. It's 5%. State maintenance, yeah, that's a bit weird. I would either go with Maratha's council or, you know, advisor cost.
Yeah.
And get basically free advisors. But yeah, it's a bit weird, champ, what he's doing, although the country is very strong. Killing Vijay and Bengal, definitely very good moves. If he manages to consolidate all of Bengal without Mewar and Siam taking a lot of it, you know, he's good. If I was you, I would probably give Burma to Siam without the fight and try and do good diplo with Siam. Because like I said, if you're good with Siam and you let him go into China instead of bothering you, you don't have anyone to worry about. Meanwhile, Mewar has other neighbors and you can easily unite all of India. And people that unite all of India usually win the game, because you're gonna be mega strong if you do that. So
yeah, I feel like Deccan could kill Mawar fairly easily right now.
yeah, we'll look at Mawar in a moment, but there's a tip. 459 morale, 260,000 manpower, pretty strong.
And he's about to get 5 more discipline from his ideas. Oh no, you got it already.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty strong, and when he finishes Econ, he's gonna be a lot stronger, because the trade goods here are fucking insane, and when he gets debbing this shit, like, all of this is amazing. There's farmlands, then there's gems here, like 3 gem provinces, and he has the goods produced modifier. Like, he's gonna be ridiculously strong. He just needs to... I think Coromondel's a very bad place for his trade to go. And now he's collecting it. He's gonna have to collect in both Coromandel and Deccan. Or, no, Deccan flows into... Why are you collecting at Deccan, you weirdo?
I think Coromandel is fine.
I mean, even though Coromandel leaks so much, like, it's downstream,
I mean,
there's so many centers of trade. Just upgrade all of these, build marketplaces if someone tries to raid your trade. Collect in Coromandel for now, and then later either in Gujarat or, you know, Hormuz, whatever you decide, but collecting at Deccan is kind of weird.
Well, Deccan is just protected, right, from everything.
Yeah, but you're wasting so much trade. Like, who's gonna fuck with him? I don't see why Malaya would be antagonizing him as well. Yeah, I guess, but like, again, look at how many centers of trade there are here. Even if England parks a whole fleet here, he's gonna have a easy-ish time protecting it. Plus, he can make a trade fleet of his own. Like, look at how big his shoreline is. When he devs all of this, he's gonna have.
He's losing 40-30%. When, like, I don't think it's a good idea to put everything.
He's losing 11% in Coromandel. What do you mean?
Yeah, no. If England fucks with it, he's like 100 light ships and English, like.
You really think he'll be losing that much?
Yeah, 40%.
Damn.
At least.
That's a lot. I really don't expect him to be losing that much, but yeah, I guess he can collect in both. So that might be a good one. But yeah, I would have moved my trade port to Coromandel, although I haven't played in this region. Well, I haven't survived in this region for long enough to know. So maybe Coromandel leaks more than I thought.
Honest question about his echo pick. Do you think he's baiting Ottomans to win against Mewar Deccan, and then he gets a bit more of India?
I think it's just...
Yeah, I think he's just... because we've already went over this, his other fronts are completely safe. I think he's just waiting for Mewar to die, and then he can consolidate India. That's it for Deccan. Victory card is... he owns it, and he's first on score because he owns his victory card and no one else does, although score in 1521 doesn't really mean anything.
Check monthly score.
Yeah, he gets +1 monthly for having the victory card.
Yeah.
So that's gonna accumulate. That's gonna accumulate to a lot. Who has? Oh, Japan. I think Japan and him are the only one to get monthly score from victory cards. Anyway, take a look at Mewar. Mewar has less than half of Deccan's manpower. Morale is lower, which is
still decent morale, but he has an advisor right now.
Yeah. Deccan also wasn't running a morale advisor, so Deccan has a significant advantage when he pops a morale advisor, and I think Mewar is also running the policy. Yeah, he is. So Deccan with the morale and advisor and the policy, I think Deccan has a huge advantage. Mewar, Timurids is still alive-ish. I mean, the country's still going to be played by Andrew, who has become a massive roach over the last season and is very good at it. I'm quite proud of him. So Mewar is still going to be fighting death wars with Timurids instead of just scaling, because he doesn't really have any other options. I think he has to fight Timurids at this point.
What do you mean? You mean Timurids players gonna join next session?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Andrew said that he's gonna play it until it's an OPM.
Okay, cool.
A lot of it's just like, yay!
Does Timurids have any allies?
No.
No, not at the moment. Although for like Ottomans, I think Timurids being a player is a good thing, because that means he just roaches against Mewar. Ottomans just sits and scales because Ottomans already has a lot of territory, good territory. They can just scale, and Mewar has to go against Ottomans or Timurids. So the two of them are gonna be dying while the Khan and Ottomans just scale. And yeah.
He has half the income of Deccan.
Yeah.
What's his force limit?
His force limit is 105.
So 50% lower than Deccan.
Deccan is at 153.
Yeah.
Additional thing you guys cannot notice, but Mewar is really behind.
Yeah, he's really behind on ideas and tech.
Tech 8 admins.
Country is.
I think Deccann's gonna be so strong.
Country's played by Devlan, which I think it's his first game here. I don't know if he's active anywhere else. I haven't really seen him much. If it's his first game, which I think it might be, because the only server I have in common with him is Habibi's. If it's his first game, he did really well. Normally, first-time players are very shy of fighting wars, which he's definitely not. He's been fighting Timurids. He fought Sirhind almost immediately. So if this is his first game, I think he did really, really well. Or, you know, not only first game, but if he's a new player, I think he did really well. Even though he's going to die now, probably, unless he does some amazing deploy and unless the Khan decides to keep him alive. Again, if you're a new player, you're doing extremely well. Well, not right now, but you did extremely well, because being this ambitious is pretty admirable. And you know, in year 4 you either do or you die, or you sit there for like 12 sessions doing nothing, and no one likes doing that. So good job on what you did so far, and keep it up, champ. Good, you know, you get the Kajmak, good job, which everyone's fighting over recently. What's up?
Really?
I think Deccan can really easily form Hindustan then, and keep Deccani ideas, but Hindustan has a lot of permanent modifiers in their mission tree, which is really strong.
Mewar also has his victory card, although he's still coring it, I think. Yeah, so he's gonna get some score, and again, his main ace in the, what's the expression? Ace in the hole, whatever. Is the Khan probably doesn't want him to die just yet, so you know.
If I was the Khan, I would wait until 1550, and then.
If I was the Khan, I would wait until these two just completely kill each other. But
yeah, I would wait for my second victory card to pop on Mewar.
But yeah, that's it for Mewar. We're gonna take a look at Timurids now. Timurids was played by, I don't know what the first guy's name, but he was a bit of a. I'm not gonna use
prematurely
mean words, but he basically quit after one war where I don't think he even lost that much. And yeah, that was a bit weird, champ. And when people leave on a country that's on a downturn, even though if the country is doing good at that point, it's hard to find subs. It's hard to find perms, because no one wants to join in a country where they have to struggle to survive. You know, so
that's why Andrew's a Chad.
Andrew is a mega Chad, and all compliments to him. It was first taken over by Robespierre, but he had internet issues, and then Andrew came in mid-session and took it over after his Poland died, which we'll get to in a moment. Anyway, Andrew's the new perm now, because again, he's a mega Chad, and the country's just not doing very hot. 35 income, even Mewar, which isn't doing well at all, has more income than that. 3.96 morale, which is atrocious, but he doesn't have a morale advisor, and he's running the policy. So if he gets a morale advisor, he's going to be a little stronger, but still really bad morale, horrible income. He still has one mountain fort, and I don't know why there's a desert fort here, but should probably build a fort here instead, or here. Yeah, delete these two and build a fort here, and
just build a fort on every mountain and defend it until the last man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's mountains, it's good shit.
And you never know when you're roaching. Sometimes something could happen because if you cost the person that's attacking you so much, a lot of times that person will get hit by the other side, and you can actually get revived.
I mean, we were talking about that when we were talking about Mewar. if you roach hard enough against Mewar, he's gonna get hit by the Khan, and then you can probably manage to recover somewhat, but then your problem is Ottomans in Bukhara. So lots of diplo that Andrew needs to be doing here, but I would prioritize switching the fort setup, because having these two desert forts is pretty bad, because you can have a mountain fort here, and that blocks them off completely, because this is wasteland and this is Bukhara. So yeah, build a fort here, delete these two. Besides that, shit crownland, so that's a
but
problem.
he's probably had to sell it in the wars.
Yeah, and he's behind Mill. He's behind Econ. So if you can, you're very close to being 10 crownland. That's 2.2 points. If you have any cheap to dev provinces, Jesus Christ, what is this dev cost? Holy fucking AIDS.
It's almost like there's only mountains in this region. Mountains and deserts.
Almost like it. He has drylands here, but he has no prosperity, so he can't get... and he doesn't have loyal burghers either. But
him having prosperity would be insane at this point, though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix his crownlands, and I think that's a big thing for him right now, because being -10 is getting, you know, autonomy is pretty bad when your country is already on the downturn. So find some cheap provinces, sink a dip into them, because you don't need dip for anything else at the moment, and try to get to 10. And it looks like I'm very close to doing that. So a couple month ticks and you can probably do it, or a couple years.
What's
actually.
Could he go back to his tech for a sec?
He's behind on Miltech by 1.
Oh, he's behind on admin a lot too.
He's behind on admin, but he has to finish econ first. I'd say over going over.
Well, I just mean to get the discipline in his ideas. He's not going to get that anytime soon. It finishes with discipline, I think. Timur's ideas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically on Timurids, it's in a pretty bad spot. Just oh, the Khan's already 0.10. How generous. And he's getting knowledge shared by Bukhara.
Is that for some power projection stuff?
I have no idea, maybe. Let's take a look.
You get
He's
power
not in a
protection
war.
from 7 people?
He's not in
They
a
are
war
at
right
war
now.
with your rivals.
Yeah, he's probably rival to Bukhara and Otto.
Yeah, he's rival to Bukhara. But anyway,
and
that's it for Timurids. We're gonna take a look at Ottomans. Do you want to tell us what's happening, Kaiser?
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy now about my nation. I was
You're the richest
happy
nation
last
in the
session.
game?
Yeah, I got some income. We have our trade deal in Aleppo, and I can overtake in like 3 or 4 years, I think, for the admin tech, which gives me like textile manufactories. And then I'm gonna
yeah, you got quite a few decent ones.
Great powers allowed to have trade deals?
Yes.
Since it's counting as an alliance.
No, yeah, it's not a trade deal in terms of collecting and subsidizing. It's just I get everything. I get the trade in Aleppo and pay him the goods produced. But yeah, I'm gonna build some.
Octa's right. Actually, we might wanna look over that after the after the podcast, because I don't like that. That's kind of a loophole in our rule set. I wanna look into whether that's legal or not. I don't wanna be breaking the rules. But yeah, go on, Kaiser.
It is what it is. It's probably fine. Or if it's not, then we'll just fix it.
So yeah, I'm gonna looking forward to build the menus on textile and salt. I think is Miltech, or like Diptech, I think. And then yeah, it's like.
How much are you subsidizing?
Sorry?
How much are you subsidizing?
3 decades. Yeah.
Big income
like
for my
it's a goods produced, like it was a deal we had pre-session 1, right? Like Ottomans, it's fine with not conquering Syria as long as he gets everything out of Persia through Aleppo. If I would be losing ducats in Aleppo, it would be different.
277,000 max manpower, which is the strongest one we've looked at so far, bigger than the Khan. Morale is...
Karmak, your microphone is starting to act up now.
Okay, thank you. Now?
Perfect.
Okay. Morale is at 4.57, so among the highest. I mean, everyone has, all the good countries have about this morale at the moment. So, yeah, very strong nation. I think he's the strongest one we've looked at so far. I mean, it's, the Khan's really strong and he's gonna scale a lot. But at the moment, the take Ottomans is stronger than the Khan. Also finishing Pluto, so there's gonna be, with the goods produced modifier, it's gonna be pretty big with the manufacturers coming out as well. Ottoman's got his 1k on Hungary in Wallachia, and he's currently allied to Hungary because he doesn't want Austria getting free Hungary here, which I think is a good move. And besides that, not much else to say in this country. Killed QQ with Timurids, and then Timurids died, and is now chipping away Timurids and going east towards India, which I think is a fairly good play, because like unless the Khan consolidates this and protects Mewar, Ottomans could have a very easy time going east. And that's about it for Otto. I don't think there's much else to say. He also grabbed Crimea off of Lithuania. There was a war with Poland, Lithuania, Muscovy versus the world basically, and Ottomans jumped in on the gank wagon and got Crimea for free basically. I don't think that there was a lot of fighting there, which I mean,
free stuff is nice.
Free stuff is nice, but it's not like he absolutely needed it, so I don't think it justifies a gank, but yeah, whatever. Take a look at my country.
Worst nation in the game.
I don't have 7,000 ducats in the treasury, so that's pretty awful. Obviously I'm getting...
Losing your innovativeness.
Oof.
That's like
why not play like the Khan and have like 20 innovativeness?
What am I gonna do without innovativeness? Because this country's economy was an absolute shithole until recently. I'm starting to get some gold from, I'm starting to get some income from gold mines finally.
You could probably get a lot of money from the Aleppo trade now.
No, I don't think I could. I am behind ideas on Otto. He has 4 in the next idea set, and I'm behind on admin, and that's why I am behind on ideas. I switched admin focus.
Now's your chance, Otto.
Switched admin focus fairly late. I don't know why I had mill focus for so long. I'm just being stupid. And
why do you have a level? You're blasting people for having level 1 advisors, but you have one yourself.
And running 34 surplus and paying for my army. What fucking trash nation is this? Don't know why.
You also need Dip Tech 9 so that you can start stealing tech.
Yeah, Dip Tech 9 is actually pretty good, but I've been deving a lot. I think Otto and I are the highest dev nations, well, most dev clicks in the game at the moment, so that's why I'm behind in Dip Tech.
Dip Tech 9 for steel technology.
Oh yeah, of course,
that helped you so much.
I know, that's really big since I'm always going to be behind tech on like Italians or something, so definitely gonna need to do that. Besides that,
I noticed Mam has his fleet on next to Gibraltar, and I'm like, huh, what was that about? And but now I'm looking, it's all out of date, so I don't care.
I even built 3 heavies. Well, you have to
out of date heavies.
You have to consider, Mitch. The thing is, you or France declares on me. They fight this fort. I put everything into it. I just
wait. Why do you have a?
I win one battle. I put the ships in the Gibraltar. They only need to hold for like a day, and the army is tech wiped. So I don't. You see, I don't need to win the naval battle here. They just need to hold for a day, and then I can stack wipe any armies that come into here, and that's the plan. That's.
Whoa! You plan on going to war? I thought we were friendly.
I was planning a defense. This is a defensive maneuver, not the offensive. How am I gonna declare on you and then bait you into here? Like, come on.
Hey, Kazrak, do you wanna tell the other option you have?
Sorry?
Do you wanna tell about the other option you have?
The other
against England? Yeah.
What option?
What's the great power status? It's a 977. So you just have to exploit death. We have to exploit 40 death.
And also,
No, it's the con is trade great power.
I thought you're not
yeah,
counting.
I think this is actually a bug because the decan isn't.
Because he just
Yep.
formed
Yeah,
it.
because you formed the con.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think our
Okay,
trade deal is actually legal because decan has more great power rating than me without the tech cost.
Okay.
Which we aren't
Well,
counting.
depends because he's also allied with me in Hungary right now.
We shall see. But yeah, you're probably gonna have to end one of the alliances because you need the ally slot, and it's gonna
Yeah,
have
but
to
like
be.
that's another option. Like
Yeah.
Hungary also has to.
Besides that, I just fortified here a little bit. I had to move my Fez fort, which hurts removing a mountain fort for Highlands. But I think this is a better one because you can stack wipe, and in Fez you can't. Also, I can have another mountain fort here, and that secures my grep relatively well, so I don't have to worry about the French and the English coming in. I am sort of worried about Naples because he's run out of expansion room and he's allied to France. Ooh, not allied
And
to France
Tuscany.
anymore. Allied to Austria and Tuscany. I see the French alliance ended.
I
I think it's mostly just because of the rules, no?
Well, because of the
but
rules or not,
for
you
the
can't.
Italians aren't. They're a little bit different. They were allowed to ally without counting, as long as they're not called in to get.
Yeah, they can
around,
also ally the Emperor before 1550 for no cost in defensive
Oh,
Oh
wars.
wait, so wait, the two cities could ally the emperor without it costing an alliance slot.
Only in defensive wars.
in defensive wars. And they're
Like-
also in the alliance just to get around submission to the emperor for the moment.
Yeah. Anyway,
that was also why he broke the alliance in the first place.
had to fight a good player in Mali. The guy that took it over was quite decent, and even though the original player was really good at fighting as well, the new player pointed out that the original player didn't dev any of the gold mines, and that was a bit weird, champ, because this guy tripled Mali income within like a couple of years, and
it's not true though. Like in the podcast I did on the original Mali player, he dev 2 gold mines to 10.
oof. I don't know why he would have told me that then, but that's what I was told. But yeah, he told me some of the gold mines weren't dev'd. At
They
least.
could have ran out or
Depleted,
whatever.
maybe, yeah.
And now they're all dev'd properly, so I'm gonna have a decent amount of income there. I'm splitting West Africa, Katsina, Timbuktu with Ethiopia, who's already here, and I think he has Katsina as a vessel, which again I don't really know why you would make huge vessels unless you're filling out econ, which I think you finished a long time ago. Oh no, you didn't. Okay, that makes sense then.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, that's about it for Mamluks. Not much to say. Just finished Mali, fortified a little bit. Morale is 4.97. I think I have one of the highest morales because Army Tradition is really easy to get as Mamluks. I just get it every time I reroll Kings. Prestige is also really easy to maintain. I'm also heavy into mysticism, which people have bullied me for, but 10 morale is go fuck yourself. I like it.
And your king is gonna die, and then it's back to 0.
Yes, but whatever. But the king's kind of shit anyway. And
If you want, Mark, we can try and set up a mystic farm.
yeah,
I'm
we
not sure.
should do that. I think.
It's not easy to do because they tend to ally each other, and then it's one war instead of like 3 or 4.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna leave Morocco alive in one province and beat them up, and then some Africans. But if you wanted to do like Shamar or something, or Shamar's Shia, they're all Shia.
Yeah, that's what's not
Force
problem.
convert.
Yeah, we can force convert and then declare on them. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Could you please not leave Morocco alive? It's been pirating my coast.
Oh wow, super sorry about that. And I wanted to point that out too. I released Kabia as a vassal for the sole purpose of pirating France and England, and I thought that was a pretty pog move because they're gonna get devastation on the entire coastline on cooldown.
They can have 2 boats hunting pirates, and it will just
I honestly completely forgot that I was being pirated.
Devastation is. I'm not sure if Devastation
Wait,
is used.
isn't Pirate Nations banned?
It's not a pirate nation. It's just a Berber. They get they can raid coast in their national ideas. Where is it? Wait, can they?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, may raid coast.
Does anyone know? Does anyone know if you protect hunt pirates in your trade node and then you get raided? Is the devastation amount modified?
You still get the normal devastation, but AI doesn't click it if they have enough hunt pirates.
Ah, so they don't. So it's actually good because of vessels.
So
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Anyway, let's look at Ethiopia. I've talked enough about my shit country. 100,000 manpower, all drained at the moment. Morale is relatively high, 4.65. I think that's equal to Ottomans. A little lower than mine. No professionalism saved up. Not running a morale advisor. So if he was running a morale advisor, he would be the highest. No, he would be 4.95. Yeah, he would be the highest morale that we looked at so far. With the policy, he is running the policy. So
why are you running so many policies?
Congo.
The war finished two months after, I think.
Congo player put up a very good fight, surprisingly. I think he pushed Ethiopia up till here, and then Ethiopia teched up and just stack wiped them and pushed back. But I think we were all surprised because Ethiopia was also expecting an easy war versus Congo, because Congo was making some really weird plays. Like for example, Congo vassalized Lundu, and then gave him all 3 gold mines, and when you see that, you're kind of like, this guy is very bad. I'm just gonna send 1 stack and delete him. But then Congo played surprisingly well. Like, he didn't play like very good, but you know, you're shocked if he puts up a fight at all, right?
He took out max loans. He probably went triple over his first limit, and he tried fighting me.
And you know, obviously Ethiopia was taken by surprise by that, and he got pushed back, and I guess that's why the all 3 mill policies, although you can't revoke them until 23. That kind of sucks, and 5 per month is really painful. He has 1 loan, which you should pay off.
Okay.
Behind on ideas a little bit.
Yeah, 12 ideas. Mamluks is 14, Ottomans is 18. So you want to catch up on that. Also, 9th Diplo again gives you ability to spy on others for tech cost discounts.
So kind of what happened with my ideas was that Nibor started my nation session 2, and I think Kaiser mentioned it in his podcast that he focused admin too late. So I've had an overflow of mill points that I've been deving a bit, but not enough admin.
What's your 3rd pick? Probably
quality, I think.
Huh. Yeah, makes sense.
Or that is what I was thinking, at least.
Whatever
Are you gonna be fighting anyone though?
That's the thing I was gonna say.
I think
Ethiopia.
in your particular position, unless you want to have the option to go against Mamluks, you could maybe even greed.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ethiopia is mega safe. And you could greed and go trade or protectionism even for the goods produced, because you know, you have a lot of very good goods in here.
I'm just going to say this, you know, this advice coming from the Mamluk player is a bit suspicious to me.
What about coming from the Austria player? Is Austria trying to enter Ethiopia as well?
I think.
No, I just want all your dudes in Ethiopia so that me and the Italians can get. I mean,
I think plutocracy is a good enough semi-greedy
I would like, again, you have a lot of land, but I very rarely go greedy myself, so I wouldn't advise it either.
Whatever you do not go Pluto quantity. You'll have troops.
Okay, everyone is telling me it's shit quality. But
well, that's how Rum died. Well, that's how Rum almost died in S28.
Died eventually.
Also, I don't think Ethiopia should go plutocratic 30.
Well, he has plutocratic already.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
I think quality is a good pick.
Yep.
Yeah, probably a good pick.
Or trade.
Also, if he plans on going into India, which might be a good idea now, like trying to get a foothold in Nawar or something.
That's gonna be difficult though, right?
And also it makes him enemies with the Khan for no reason.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it
but
would
they can as powerful enemies as well.
The thing is,
So-
I think Ethiopia has the Khan has a lot of scaling potential, but Ethiopia has an insane amount of scaling potential as well. A lot of good land here that he's gonna get in Katsina, good land in Congo, and he's got how many gold mines now? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gold mines. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be swimming in the cash. I think
And
Ethiopia.
inflation.
I think Ethiopia has the biggest scaling potential of everyone we've seen so far. Very solid country, and that's about it. He got his victory card on Lower Egypt, or Upper Egypt. This is called, right? Yeah, lower is north, upper is south, and
upper from the river.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it for Ethiopia. Let's take a look at the next guy, and that would be, we're gonna start with England and then go west. There's no Portugal anymore, Sag.
Did you say England then go west?
East. Sorry, my bad.
Yikes.
I think we have already established that
No.
Kaimak failed his geography class. my
No, I'm
friend.
just a little bit dyslexic. So England killed Portugal already. We've covered that before. I think Portugal's been dead since session 2. So that was covered. I think France letting England do that was a bad call on French part, but a really good idea for England. And seeing as he managed to get away with it, he's gonna be mega strong now, because having all the colonies to himself, especially seeing as Malaya is not a contender at the moment, is gonna be ridiculously strong. So what England should be doing, and it looks like he's doing, going around setting up a colony and letting them colonize for him in every region, which is mega strong, and also in Peru, which I was gonna say it should be a next one because the gold here is very big, and also Peru got deleted. So if I think all the gold mines are in La Plata, so yeah, setting up La Plata here is a very good call. It's gonna be a very strong colony. England has Explo Econ quality. Went very greedy and got away with it because France let him, and now England I think has way better scaling potential than Ethiopia, because all of these colonies and no competition is ridiculously strong. At home, rival to Ottomans, Lithuania, Muscovy, those are definitely legitimate rivalries.
They're just
Yeah.
okay. We're not going to interact with.
Yeah, come on. England is obviously going to must inform Russia.
Power projection farms, obviously, sitting at 30 crown land and sale of titles on cooldown. I don't know why. You should.
I'm sad you're English ideas. I think you're a
No, that's what I've
not a
been
man.
arguing with people
I'm
so much
culture
for.
converting right now to Irish.
Don't. Why?
Irish missions and then go GB ideas.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah,
just don't keep Irish ideas as this England. Like I keep seeing people do that. Like they try and have both. Like they try and have colonies and Irish ideas. And like I think if you went Irish ideas, then Malacca could actually have a chance because his navy is going to be superior than yours. But if you go British ideas, you're gonna get a very easy win.
Well, with the Irish missions, you get 40% morale for 40 years.
Yeah, that's
30% heavy ship combat ability.
And you get dev cost, right?
Yeah, you get dev cost for 20 years and production efficiency for 20 years, and you get like 100 national.
Yeah,
sorry,
switching to Ireland for that reason is 100% a good play. Just keeping Irish ideas
But
instead of
why-
British is a bad idea in my opinion.
Why aren't you Irish yet?
I'm culture converting.
I think he has. Yeah.
I'm culture converting all the French land, so I don't have to waste.
Oh
it.
yeah, I guess, and the Welsh.
I don't know. I think it would have been better.
I think it's better to just switch with revoking and spending admin points.
Yeah, I think it's better to culture convert North England and then D State, Yorkshire.
Yeah, just revoke states and then.
I need to revoke all the states for it to get there right now.
Really?
So it's not really worth it. Yeah, I play tested it.
Anyway, back to what else is happening in England. Allied to Denmark, allied to France. Denmark is. Oh, Denmark's pretty alive now. Yeah, Denmark was getting fucked by the Poland, Lithuania, Muscovy, but now that they died, Denmark is in a pretty decent spot. So Yeah, pretty much a good call of England not to interfere there. Although I don't know, I probably would have gone for Lubeck, but you don't
Denmark
really
has
need to agree that
powerful
much.
enemies though.
Yeah. What else is England doing? Just exploring. Running 2 colonies again.
One just finished.
Oh,
I've been running one over.
yeah.
And at times 2 over.
And you have
Yeah,
a
I think
lazy
you can
merchant.
afford running 2 over.
Yeah, but at this point, it's just I've been subbing my colonies to do it instead because it's more cost efficient.
And
that way.
yeah, that's better to have them run 1 over.
Do you have the
than
entirety of
3
EC? No, East Frisia
No,
is
Austria.
Austrian.
That's we don't have to talk about
That's a bit
Wait,
of
what the fuck?
that's a bit of a scaling problem because if you had the entirety of EC, you could collect in Sevilla as
yeah,
well.
he's getting all of EC.
Okay.
He's
The Hess sub took a lot of EC with when I had to deal with the Hess sub that he wouldn't take any, and we're talking about that later.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have a merchant there, it's not gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
Let's see where your victory card spawned on France.
That was a while ago.
Predictably.
Yeah.
You're
I mean, it's a
you're
1K
also
victory.
losing
Yeah,
4.5
it doesn't.
out of the EC trade, so you're fine.
It doesn't really matter that you got it there. Anyway, I think that's about it for England. Has pretty much most of Mexico already. I think he has all the gold mines.
Gold mines are online though.
How much are you getting from the boats, the treasure fleets? 400. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not very often though. It's every 6 years
it's every
right now.
6 years. No, wait, it's every 12 years.
Yeah, gold mines aren't online yet. The high, like, it's 80 autonomy, and they aren't even core yet. They aren't even full core.
Yeah, because Mexico, like, probably falling apart as a country with like the overextension you gave him. But
He's stabilizing now.
Yep.
When he does, you're gonna be a lot richer. Anyway.
One thing I did notice is, I don't know why this is a thing, but Mexico could attack the natives, take 100%, and then he can make more claims. And even if Mexico has a truce with them, I can declare war on them then. I did not know that.
Yeah, because your subject going to war with them doesn't give you a truce. Alright,
Yeah.
let's look at France. France is played by Kant with a K,
Yep.
not the CU.
Can't consider, yes.
What?
Losing a little bit of money,
Yes.
fighting Castile. I was expecting France to be a little richer, but still looks quite strong. 188k manpower compared to Ottomans 250 and Mamluks 100, so very formidable. 4.68 morale, really decent. Has some professionalism stored.
Wait, I have professionalism?
Yeah, you have almost 10%. No, you have over 10%.
I didn't notice that.
I think France will make a lot more money once he changes his trade capital to Iberia and then sends all his French stuff to English Channel.
Oh, that's the plan here.
Yeah, because what I'm currently doing is that I'm currently vassalizing Castile. Once I've done that, I'll have quite full control over both Valencia and Sevilla node.
Yeah.
Are you in England gonna be a top 3 great powers?
Not currently.
England is gonna be number 1 because of how
France is very close to it. I think when he starts integrating, he is definitely there.
Yeah.
I mean, Deccan has a lot to eat still too.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe Deccan will keep ahead of me.
Yeah, I think
You'd hope so.
Are you not going for Spain formation?
Don't tell him.
That's a good idea.
Fuck you.
Why fuck me?
Because he didn't think about it, and now he thought
Don't
about
you have to be Catholic for Spain formation?
it. No.
Oh,
Why is
I thought
Spain
you did.
formation so good?
Because it's just pew pew pew.
It's a stronger tag than France.
Yeah.
Do you keep French ideas, or you go
Almost as much morale. Yeah, that's a lot better.
And he gets to click the entire Spanish mission tree.
Yeah.
And
so
also,
probably a good idea
you
going
can
Spain.
freely integrate. Oh no, wait, you can't really integrate, but okay.
Oh, did I get claims on India?
What?
Yeah, you do.
What?
Time to India.
France. Oh no, that's because. Oh, you just have to discover it. Huh? So that's gonna happen eventually. It's pretty.
You want to buy maps from? You want to buy
you can
maps
buy
from
maps
me?
and go there.
That's pretty
And check in with me.
Besides that, France got this victory card on England. Predictable. It's 1k. Doesn't matter. Consolidating Iberia has been pretty much at peace last session. I don't think anything happened here. Allied to England and Hesse, was previously allied to Sicilies, but I see that the lines dropped. And that's about it for France at the moment. Not much interesting stuff going on. He's just consolidating in Iberia, and then it's going to be mega strong. Although without Genoa, you know, not as strong as it could be. But we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at Hesse. Hesse, 178,000 manpower. Pretty good. I think that's about the same as France. A little lower morale than France. Hesse had a sub last session. For the end of the session, I think, not the entirety. Gone into EC a little bit. I don't really know why the sub decided to do that. But you know, land is land.
On some toes.
Yeah, land is land. Hesse currently allied to France, rival to Denmark, Switzerland, and England. So Hesse
he said he rivaled me for PP. So.
Hesse has a lot of potential. I don't think going against England is one of the options because, yeah, you can just sit on this and then what? You know, piss off England for no reason. I think we're likely going to see Hesse going into either Switzerland or Denmark if Austria allows it.
You've already fought Switzerland a few times last session.
Oh, we did?
He was at war with Switzerland. They have fought wars.
Did no territory get exchanged?
Province of Switzerland's vassal, Strasbourg.
Yep.
So I'm calling that, in my head, that's a win for Switzerland. Only one province for that war.
Switzerland.
Switzerland was also subbed by Inquisitor.
Switzerland was subbed by a good player. I don't remember who.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, Inquisitor. And he fought Hesse tooth and nail. So I think number one, Hesse wanted to just finish up Tech 10, and that's why he was a bit frustrated with his sub going into EC instead and spending the admin points instead of just Tech 10
and getting another idea group.
Yeah, getting a mill ID and getting his discipline, and then go kill Switzerland.
Yeah, kill it. Yeah.
Yep. And also just waiting for Inquisitor not to play Switzerland so that he can fight a worse player.
We didn't say Hesse is...
Inquisitor is really good.
Who's Hesse played? By Kegels. So, pretty good stuff so far. 1k victory card is on Austria and France.
What's his ruler now?
Austria and France, yeah.
Does he still have a 6-6?
Yeah, he spent his entire game with a 6-6 that just died.
Oh, okay.
So it's now a 6-3-3.
I mean, he got a good ruler afterwards too. Like, it's not horrible.
Yeah, this ruler is really good too. It's got the attack cost, and seeing as it's behind on the admin, it's decent.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I'm just because his ruler, he had a 6-6-6. He was like 50, so he didn't really have control over how good his arrow would have been because he had no arrow at the time. So he could have got fucked.
Anyway, he's in his golden era for I don't know 6 more years.
Yep.
Probably going to use that to fight someone in the last years. No truce with Swiss, so if he's allowed to, he's probably going to go into Swiss. And that's about it to say for Hesse, I think.
One more thing, I'm a fan. If you have an early 6-6-6, just popping your Golden Age and use that reduced mana cost on as much mana as possible and just be
big power spike, and that's what he did. You know, he was as strong as France. Now France is slightly stronger than him, and France owns like all of Iberia.
That was also
he had
Zuckerberg being a little bit silly.
He had his 20% morale event last save. He doesn't have that anymore. which, I mean, I think he sort of wasted it, but...
Well, he tried to fight Switzerland, but, you know, he couldn't play the game, so... Switzerland, 37 income, so about half of Hesse. Allied to
2.6k loans.
Allied to Pope. Rival to
How much
Tuscany.
loans can he take?
He can take 65 loans, so a fair amount more, but still. Running maintenance while at peace, while having loans is pretty bad. But, you know, you're probably going to get declared on fairly soon.
I wouldn't maintain, and I would
Swiss
just...
is in an awful Diplo situation here. Like, rival to Tuscany, rival to Hesse, both of which are fighting him, I think. Has no relations with France, has no relations with Austria, no relations with Denmark, no relations with England. I think Swiss is being a little lazy when it comes to Diplo, and he needs to fix that if he wants to survive.
He also took some French cultured land, which I probably wouldn't have done.
Yeah, taking this is a bit weird. I think Swiss is in a survivable position still, but he just... I don't really... like...
I'm
he needs to
fairly
try.
certain that if he doesn't show up, he is not going to get protected.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, but...
I also think if you're stepping on French toes by taking those two, he should have started going into Burgundy when Burgundy collapsed as well.
Yeah, or he should have... yeah, I don't really know.
Either don't step on the toes or... yeah. He has...
If you're gonna go fuck with him, you need to commit all the way, basically. And you need to do some Diplo now, because, like, you're surrounded by 2 enemies and 2 countries that are neutral to you. It's a bad position to be in. You need some friends. You
need to play the great powers off each other.
Yeah, he could fight Hesse pretty well, I think.
He has decent morale.
Yeah, he has a decent chance. If nothing, he can make it really painful for Hesse. But
and he has mer quality too, which is nice. Did he go Pluto? He should have won Pluto as switcher.
yeah, he went Pluto first.
So he has 10% more mercenary discipline right now.
So Hesse and Swiss is... I mean, Hesse has the upper hand, but Swiss can make it painful enough that Hesse doesn't go into him at the moment, and Swiss should definitely be talking to other people instead of just sitting here waiting to die.
And with Hesse spending all his admin in English channel instead of rushing the Tech 10, I think Swiss has a chance to survive.
Yeah. Let's look at Tuscany, the other potential danger for Swiss, because Tuscany is also sort of boxed in, allied to Austria, allied to Sicilies, and can't really do much versus France.
Tuscany got insanely unlucky. He lost his government type.
How did he do that?
Why?
The walk on fire, where you have a 4% chance of losing your government type.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah, he lost Republic to a 4%er. So.
Should we mod that?
Maybe.
Probably. Tuscany is played by Yakuzan. He plays California in season 28. He's doing fairly well. Very wealthy country. 79 income. Doesn't own all of Genoa either, so that's pretty impressive. He's on par economically with France. Militarily, he's about half of French manpower, and morale is weaker than France significantly. Although he does have
good discipline.
Yeah, but he has the discipline, and I think he also probably went Pluto first. So...
He also has mountains. As soon as he integrates Saluzzo, he should delete this fort and build one in Saluzzo, and then he's relatively safe.
He gets 10 morale in his next...
yeah, he gets 10 morale very soon, and yeah, that's gonna give him advantage. So this is a very strong country. He's almost strong enough to parallel France, and I don't know if he wants to do that. I don't like.
I don't think the Italians can scale very well when they're both alive though.
Yeah.
And if he was Republic, he would have the morale from being Republic as well.
Honestly, on unbiased opinion, I think the best way he scales here is if he can get Austria to leave him alone and let him go into 2 Sicilies and get Italy, but I don't see why Austria would let
well,
that
it's
happen.
also a bit risky for him, actually, because if he fights 2 Sicilies, then 2 Sicilies can just go, you know what, if I'm already possibly gonna be losing this, hey France, you want some Genoese land?
Yeah.
But 2 Sicilies and Tuscany are is very equal, and I've told them that I understand if they want to fight for Italy, and I'm fine with it as long as they don't call in foreigners.
Yeah, as long as France doesn't get involved, I think Austria will be fine with them fighting here.
Yeah, I also think Tuscany has the option to eat some Swiss land.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think the safest route for Tuscany is going north. Although he doesn't profit from that as much.
That could piss France and Hesse off. They go in their trade nodes though.
Yeah, depending on how deep he goes. I also think going west, if he can get some Diplodon, is not out of the question. He has options.
That's it for Tuscany. Very small country, but very formidable.
Surprisingly strong.
Surprisingly strong because he's devved a lot. Like his country's almost fully devved already. Like from what I can see.
Wait, does he have a 666 monarchy right now?
Oh no, 3.
Oh no.
All right, let's look at Two Sicilies.
TTS.
Two Sicilies formed out of Naples, obviously. Last session.
Great manpower in comparison to Tuscany.
A little over what Tuscany has manpower-wise.
Almost double.
112. I think Tuscany had 90. Oh, 75. Okay, yeah.
Not double, but like 50% more.
Yeah. Morale-wise, also a little over Tuscany, and Two Sicilies has the advantage.
He's clicked the plutocratic.
Oh yeah, so you know Tuscany is gonna catch up on that side. He has a considerable advantage though in the fact that he has mountain forts though, which Tuscany doesn't have. Going south, I think Tuscan fort line is fairly shit. Like he has one hill fort and then there's farms and then you know his heartland is exposed. And I mean his heartland is exposed immediately because this is his heartland. But meanwhile, Two Sicilies has a much easier time fighting here if they do fight. So maybe it might be in the interest of Tuscany to keep the peace here, which it can happen. Although I don't see what else.
I think Two Sicilies is much more pressed to get something done here.
Yeah, he is economically weaker than Tuscany, but definitely stronger militarily because of manpower. And yeah, Two Sicilies is also a very strong country. Very impressed here. Played by I diplo with this guy all the time. How do I know?
Some random.
Signon. Yeah, he's new to the server.
Wait, he's good.
He's doing fairly good.
Both him and Tuscany are really good at diplo.
Yeah.
Getting information, getting.
Yeah, although I would have been a little more aggressive and figure some way of expansion out soon.
Yeah, I think that's what he's realizing.
He's in Belarus, so he might be trying to compete for Iberia. He can also go into Tunis, go into Hungary, but Hungary is allied to Austria and Turks, so that might be a problem. Although I think
Hungary has to unally one of us.
Yeah, so I think Hungary might be the easiest one to expand into here, because both Austria and Turks don't want each other to go into Hungary, but the third power going into Hungary doesn't really mess with them as much, especially the Turks. So I think Turks might back that play.
I would not be a fan of Hungary getting smacked around.
I think Turks might be though, because Turks have a lot more scaling than you do.
Turks probably is.
So I think you might have an easy time talking to Turks and going into Hungary. Although, like I said, you have 3 options, or 4 that I see. I think France is by far the worst one. It's going to be a very hard war. So France is probably not an option going into Iberia. Second worst is Mamluks, because again it's a naval landing and then you have to commit to Africa, and it's going to be painful. Tuscany and then Hungary. I think Hungary, in my opinion, is the best option.
If Sicily has a lot of boats, he could maybe ask Mamluks about some partition of Iberia.
He has 20 galleys, but this is not inland, so...
I mean...
not that great. And France does own Granada already, so there's a formidable mountain fort line here, so that's a problem. But, yeah.
Yeah, but then you could just walk through Tuscany with him, just land in Sicily, and not have to cross in Gibraltar.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Also, I've been adding straits to Asia, and speaking of straits, I think this might be a good one to have. What do you think? Would this be broken or not?
I think that's.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I think having this strait would be fair. And maybe one here. I was thinking of those, but I didn't know if that would upset game balance too much. I'm also.
I wouldn't put it everywhere because like you still want some islands that like naval. Yeah.
Yeah, but short notice. I'm putting a strait. Wait, where was it? Do we already have it in the mod? What the fuck?
That's
vanilla.
Or to Bali. They're Bali Island next to Java. The furthest right dark blue one doesn't have a strait to Java. On the left of your screen now.
On the left of my screen. Which one doesn't? This?
Yeah, dead center of Bali.
Yes.
Sumba. Okay, and I wanted to do Japan to Tsushima to Korea, but I didn't notice that there was one here already.
I don't know if we should do one to Japan.
Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Just I get distracted easily.
Yeah, to Sicilies needs to get stuff done.
Yeah.
He is low on options.
Yet I do think Austria is a little biased in suggesting going into France.
I would obviously prefer him going into France than him allying with Ottomans and going into Hungary.
Yeah, but I would prefer him. No, honestly, I would prefer him going into France too because that gets me an ally. But unbiased opinion, I think you would have a much easier time going into Hungary.
Hungary is probably the easiest. As for going into Tuscany, while it is very possible, it does give the
here's the thing about going into Tuscany.
It gives France shit, man.
Going into Tuscany and fighting a 1 versus 1 at the moment is a horrible idea because number one, France is at peace, Austria is at peace. Everyone around you has every opportunity to seize on you two being weak and just rolling over all of Italy.
Yeah.
So if you want a 1 versus 1, you want to do it when everyone else is busy.
I do think that if he allies Ottomans and goes into Hungary, then he has to fight Tuscany regardless.
Yeah, that might be the Italy split.
Are probably gonna just pounce on him as soon as he lands in Hungary.
Right,
One thing I would like to say though is England will protect Iberia.
Let's look at Habsburg.
Who cares about England, man?
Yeah, irrelevant nation. Habsburg, 80 income, 141, so I think that's over France or a little under. Was France 180? Okay. So a little under France. Morale is at 4. What ideas went quantity? So yeah, no morale from ideas. Sag. I think what's happening here is a Poland formation. Is it?
I'm struggling with Poland formation. I don't like color. I don't like being Poland and head of the Holy Roman Empire. So I'm strongly considering either flipping Poland and flipping back to Austria, or just not doing it because
such an RP.
Yeah, but why would you go back to Austria? Poland has a really fucking good mission tree.
Yeah. Austrian one is stronger.
No, Austrian one might be stronger for some PvE means, but like for MP, Poland, 5% discipline, fucking 75% cheaper level 5 advisor, and some other really good stuff in there as well.
Yeah,
and also the age ability for 33% goods produced.
You still get most of them before you flip back.
All right, then let's keep taking a look at Austria. So allied to Hungary, which again is because neither of them want to roll over Hungary or the other person to roll over Hungary. Allied to Tuscany, allied to 2 Sicilies, although that was that could have been just because of the bug we had last session.
Yep.
Rivals Ottomans, Muscovy, Lithuania, which are both still alive. Poland is dead, and let's look at the expansion up here. Oh god, I can't tell this color. I'm too fucking colorblind for this. You have Bohemia, you have Mazovia, and you have East Frisia. Is that
it? And Stettin, the green one.
If you don't mind me asking, how the hell did you get East Prussia?
Just
Diplo vassalizing, you have a very good chance of doing it as Austria. Like,
you just click offer offer.
Yeah.
Well,
now they're all gone.
Hate me now, but
Wait,
none of these are in the HRE now.
If you got enough Diplo rep, could you vassalize Castile?
No.
Nope.
Too far away. Too far
It,
away.
It said minus 40. It was not that bad.
If I improve relations, I could probably just ask them to be my vassal.
Wait, I have a quick question. Did Austria not freaking take the gold mine from Bohemia, or did he?
I like just siphoning income instead of taking it.
Dude, that's weird. That's a misplay. That's definitely a misplay.
So Austria pretty much has all of Eastern Germany and some of West and Friesland, and
when can you integrate Bohemia?
Not much else that happened last session.
Tech 10. You want that's also why I had so many vassals, because Tech 10 you get the policy to
Diplo annexation cost.
Diplo annex, and then you click the minus Diplo annexation cost from Austrian missions, and then you just get it all.
But you could start integrating them and then push them afterwards.
Well, that just makes
but
you lose more mana.
Minus 80, minus 85%, it's gonna be very quick.
Alright, let's look at Denmark now.
So what you're saying is, if someone wants to attack you, they should do it before you do that.
I mean, he's still very strong right now, so I don't know about that. Denmark at 47 income.
Has some agreement with
horrible
Sweden.
morale. 105,000 manpower. Went quality first. I don't know about that, but
I think quality is actually quite reasonable for him, because quality is still pretty good for this land warfare, and the extra naval modifiers in it are also really helpful for a pseudo island nation such as him, so I think that's actually the proper first pick for him.
Denmark played by Alpha. He's a new player on the server. I don't know if he's active anywhere else. Has both estate buttons off cooldown and very high crown land without going for nobility, so should be getting the money to try and improve your economy with that. And I think there is some improvements still to be done, especially in the next tech. You have a couple manufacturers to build.
Is you? I think he's behind in tech. Is he behind in tech?
He is, a little bit. Admin and dip.
And what's his ideas?
I don't know why you're keeping up on dip tech. I would definitely go behind on dip tech and dev a little more.
I'm guessing just to have the ships up to to have up-to-date ships.
Why though? Why doesn't he have up-to-date ships?
And going Tech 9 is always correct in that. But he's getting close to Tech 10.
He's getting close to Tech 10 though, so definitely dev a little bit more. See where his good dev land is. Does he have any other? It's all fucking woods.
No, it's fish and cows.
Yikes. Well, still better than keeping up with dip tech. It's a bit weird because you're allied to England, and you don't really need ships.
He can have some salt in.
Yeah.
What's his ideas?
He went quality econ.
Oh, okay.
Probably, I don't know, Pluto next or quantity, but I would definitely go Pluto in my opinion.
Me and him are having some disagreements over Stettin.
I can imagine.
He said if I took, I think it was Stargard. Wow, that's a nice name. Then we would have some serious issues. The province to its right.
Yeah, I see.
And he said he would ally France if I did. So I said, then I'll just take all of it.
Well, he's already allied to France by proxy because he has an agreement with England. But yeah.
But
I mean, it does not have to be
it really caught France off guard
so.
that apparently he and Denmark were going to fight me.
I
don't think France.
I don't think France has interest in fighting Austria for Stargard, to be honest, when he has all of this to consolidate.
Yeah.
So
I
wouldn't rely on French help for this one province, but yeah, probably try and think a little bit next time when you do Diplo like that. It's a bit silly. But
I mean, sometimes it can work, but you
Yeah,
you gotta be
sometimes it can
confident.
it can work if the opposite side's an idiot. But obviously
You
France is not gonna fight over
you can't do it when France is like, what? Y'all do what? We're in the same chat.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at Sweden now.
Yeah.
81,000 manpower.
Same income as Denmark.
Yeah, same income, same manpower, more morale
Very
by
good.
far.
Very good morale
That
considering.
morale is actually insane. I think
Yeah, this is
he has
best
the
morale
highest winning
we've seen in game so far. He has golden
he
arrow
does
though.
have both Pluto and defensive, but he probably has to have some sort of event as well.
Yeah, I think he has army reform, or does he? Let's go look.
Nope. He has no events.
And look at his prestige. It's negative, and he still has that.
Great.
No, he has military drill, bro. Or no, is that his?
That's defensive, right? No, Sweden has no.
Oh yeah,
morale.
he went Pluto defensive. That's why he has such high morale.
Yeah, but still.
He managed. He was getting ganked by Poland and Muscovy, and he managed to survive that. They get ganked instead, and now he has a decent position where.
I think that was more of a left position
all of Baltic pretty much. Very good position to be in. I thought it's funny because he told Lithuania before the end of previous session, not the one we played, but the one before that, dev Livonian order for me, and it looks like he managed to get Livonian order in the end. So good job on that, and pretty funny Diplo.
Let me tell you something about Sweden right now.
Tell me something about Sweden right now.
Like when I put my shit, I'm gonna have like 72 income. So I'm kind of rich, not that rich. Fucking manpower wise, I don't know. I most likely have one of the top manpowers in Europe combined with Mercs. I mean, I have
not really,
here.
but it's very decent. I think it's a very strong country, especially in the neighborhood you're in, because Muscovy, Lithuania, Brandenburg's dead. Denmark's kind of crap. Like I think this is a very strong country because of his position. Like if this country was, if you were this strong in the Middle East or something, you'd probably be dead. But seeing as all of your neighbors are much more dead than you are, you're doing good.
And he is coming out of 2 big wars.
Yeah.
So... Did you bankrupt?
Never.
Cool.
And I still. Is he behind on ideas? No, he's not behind.
He's 16 ideas, so no, he's not behind on tech. He's 7 dip though, but he's been deving, which I think is smart. But you know, like Okta said, dip 9 is always good.
Heavies are out of date.
Oh my god.
Coming for you, Sweden.
Shut up about out of date ships. God. I think that's about it that there is to say about Sweden. So again, fought the Hugbox, won, and
I just want to give a quick shout out to the Poland player. Who was it?
Andrew.
Yeah, he's the most. Yeah, he's dead, but he's the most wholesome player I've ever interacted with.
Yeah, and then after dying on Poland, he went to Sub Timurids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he also jumps into my chat and calls GG, talks about what could have been done different.
Yeah, Andrew is a god.
Yeah, he's what I aspire to be.
Hungary.
What is this in?
Hungary is almost out of debt. Hungary has been in debt from session 1, and instead of going bankrupt, when he was allied to both Austria and the Ottomans, he chose to pay off.
That's it, Kashmak. That's it. You're not gonna talk anything else about Sweden having one of like top 3 strongest armies in Europe. You're not gonna say anything about that shit.
What do you mean? I did. I said you have the highest morale we've looked at.
I just came here to brag about this shit, but it's fine.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill Navi.
Navi, I'm gonna land on one of your islands, get taken 40% war score because your navy's shit.
So yeah, Hungary still dying, behind on ideas, but he's managed to recover. I would have gone bankrupt personally, but he's managed to recover. He's keeping up on Miltech for some reason.
He doesn't have the institution.
Yeah, he doesn't have the institution, so that's why he's not taking up. But
embrace.
Don't keep up on Diptech. You have so much good land to dev in Hungary. It's ridiculous. Like you should not be keeping up on Diptech.
Yes, but the issue is like
Double-check,
he'll not have any military to pair it up with because he will have to go and in turn get his military idea group, which will mean that he's.
Is there any way he can fix his economy?
Yeah, he needs a dip dev. Like, look at how much dip dev he can do everywhere.
Like, yes,
definitely very hard.
And also, Hungary is in an excellent position to just sit and dev and come back because he's allied to both Austria and Ottoman.
Okay, but basically what you were missing is if he just fucking focuses deep dev now, that screws up his mill deving later on, and he is not in position to really mill dev right now because he's gonna embrace, he's gonna triple tack admin, and his next idea group obviously has to be a mill one, which he needs to spend military points on. So
yeah, but you're talking about mill deving later on. Like he's not gonna have a later on with 35 income at the moment.
What's his gold mine look like?
14 dip dev and the other one is a 10.
He has autonomy in it.
No, he doesn't have Kosovo, but it's like 30
Kosovo's not
something
his.
autonomy.
My bad. Where's the other one? Yeah, 36 autonomy.
Yeah, that for some reason during between sessions or when he was subbed or we don't even know, that gold mine went to 70 autonomy.
Jesus, that's fucking weird.
So he
probably
came
rebels.
Back to his nation and it had 70 autonomy in his gold mine and everything was just bad.
Alright, so for Hungary, he does have a decent amount of land still, like a very fair amount of provinces, and a lot of them are good.
Quickly, see what that does to his economy.
Sorry?
There's a lot of a
except
culture.
Romanian, or I think
I would accept Romania.
Like,
probably should
I'd
have
to wait for a
accepted
month.
Serbian because his Romanian penalties are hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And better trade goods probably. No, they have copper. Serbia has cloth. Yeah, that's it for Hungary. I think that there's not much else to say. He's just been trying to survive. He got the big piece of Poland when Poland was partitioned, and now I think he just needs to sit and dev, because he's protected. And if he's not protected, then he's dead. But while he's protected, he should just exploit that to try and come back.
He needs to break an alliance with Austria or Ottoman.
He does, because he's overstats.
I became a great power like 10 years ago or 5, so we didn't pay attention to that.
All right, let's look at this lit country. Looks like the hug box was broken, and now they're having a 1 versus 1 for the rest of Eastern Europe, and it does appear like Lithuania is winning this war. I didn't see this war, and I'm a bit surprised by it. The numbers are somewhat even. Lithuania has a little bit of an advantage. 3.2 morale. Jesus fucking Christ! What the This is the worst morale we've seen so far. Not running a morale advisor during war either.
Minus 44% prestige.
Minus 44 prestige. Shit. No advisor when you can be running an advisor. A half-cost morale advisor. What are you doing, dude? Get the morale advisor. Get some more morale from that. Policy probably. Okay, there you go. And your morale is somewhat not complete garbage anymore. Easy as that. You should probably fix that. His economy is going down the shitter because, you know, he doesn't really have one.
He's getting 10 right now. Spoils of war too.
Yeah. So he has to win this war fairly soon. Otherwise, he's gonna bankrupt. And I think Moscow is probably in the same situation. So it doesn't really
matter. Sweden have truces with them?
I think they
Sweden
both
has truce with them.
till 35, and Muscovy doesn't have a truce. So that is worrying for Muscovy.
I think both Austria, Ottomans, Sweden is just looking at that land as first come, first serve.
Well, we need to wait until England gets the Muscovy company in the White Sea before anyone takes that from Muscovy.
He is behind on admin, so he doesn't have the next idea group yet. But going after Muscovy is probably the best play here, because, you know, he needs to.
So what actually happened is Sweden and Muscovy made a deal to attack Lithuania, but they did separate war. Lithuania on to Sweden, and so now they are all left in a 1v1.
You have 5 more morale for missions. What are you doing? You death warring. He's death warring with 3.2 morale when he can have 3.8. Chad. That's about it to say for
How
Lithuania.
close is he to the next idea group?
He's pretty close.
Actually.
He doesn't have the institution yet, is the problem.
If he maxes out on loans, which he probably should in the Death War, he can.
Then I would go Pluto to get this Merc discipline and morale right away.
But if he asked us to be declared dead, he probably would be dead.
Wait, go.
No.
Wait,
No, maybe.
The spoils of war go towards your loan cap. I would max. Okay.
No.
If that was the case, I would do max loans right now.
Alright, anyway,
that
that's it for Lithuania. One of these countries is gonna survive or they're both gonna die. We're gonna look at Muscovy and then, you know, decide that. But at the moment, Lithuania getting fucked by Diplo. Really bad diplomatic situation. If he manages to win over Muscovy and doesn't get ganked immediately, then he's gonna be doing good. Probably would be a good idea to do the same shit that Hungary did and get a backer, either from Bukhara or talk to Ottomans and see if they wanna protect you against Sweden, because, you know, they don't want Sweden or Austria scaling and getting all of this either. So yeah, maybe a good call to talk to Bukhara to protect your independence. Let's take a look.
I don't know why we would declare them dead.
Definitely not dead.
Okay, they're half a session away from dead. Yeah, they should sit on the nation and watch a bit.
Muscovy, definitely not declaring dead someone that's in a player war, you know, and
like, what the hell, people?
What? Muscovy losing mill points because he's running 2 generals more than he needs to. I think he probably rolled generals at the end of the session and then disband, running a discipline advisor when he has a morale advisor available.
It's expensive though. It's a very expensive advisor.
I think he should afford it, because with it he has a considerable advantage over Lithuania morale-wise. And
I think he just needs to get some Rex up.
If he wins this war, he'll form Russia, right?
Yeah.
He can also sell titles. Oh. Sell titles and then probably dev instead of seizing if you don't want to deal with the rebels. But that gives you some more money to go around. You're making a lot of noise, Mitch. Like, you're making a lot of noise, like static.
That wasn't me.
Oh.
That wasn't me.
Okay.
I heard it too. So.
What were you saying?
I would say wait to revoke until Lithuania moves in a little more, and then shoot the rebels out.
Oh, might be a good idea. He also has some professionalism saved up, so that's good. That's gonna give him
manpower as well, though.
Yeah, so, I mean,
definitely. Except cultures.
Yeah, except the cultures. I don't know why he didn't.
Mute your microphone, Nadia.
Yo, I have a.
Okay.
Just smacked him. Server mute.
Well, he's making an amazing amount of noise. Like.
Yeah, but he was just saying, "Yo, I have a."
Oh.
Yeah, but...
Nabi, I'm gonna unmute you, but mute after you ask a question. Nabi?
Oh shit, did something happen? My bad. Anyway, I was gonna ask, does Skanderberg take in consideration the mercs quality and shit?
No, I don't think so.
Depends. I am not sure what Jarvin did with Skanderberg after 1.30. I know he made some, like, lot of changes to what he takes into calculation and not, but I don't know the details, so that's the question best asked, like, in Skanderberg server and
I gotta
now.
ask Jarvin about it. I'll ask Jarvin.
Right. It doesn't matter right now. So, I think Muscovy has the advantage in this war, honestly. More manpower, a higher morale, about the same amount of troops, lower economy though than Lithuania, but he should definitely go max loans almost immediately, because Lithuania is pushing into him hard, and your loan cap is gonna drop the more he pushes in. So go max loans.
How many troops does he have right now?
Go max loans, recruit more, and then make a counter push.
20k less than Lithuania.
Yeah, he has 71k, which he's almost only 6k over force limit. But when they're this deep into your territory, you need to fix that and go higher over force limit. So loan up all the way before they push higher, because again, more they push, the lower your loan cap is. And then you have a lot of money to play around with. And you need to make a desperate last push, because otherwise you're gonna die. You lose this war, you're dead. Like, there's no recovery. So you need to make a last push and try and survive, and this is it. You
should also try. Oh, he doesn't have an icon.
Yeah, you have an icon that you can take. Where is it? +5 discipline. So yeah, you have a considerable advantage against Lithuania. You're just not playing as good as him right now. So if you fix up a couple things, you should be able to win this war. Let's take a look at Bukhara, and that's the last nation. Bukhara sitting at 138 max Manpower, 91 economy, 91 income, so pretty good.
Why is this inflation going up so much?
2 gold mines.
Does not have eco?
We do.
No.
I mean,
It's
it's not
going
that
up
much.
There's some extra reasons actually, but
Yeah, that's weird that it's going up still. I think the gold mines are just like too much of his.
no, it's not that.
What?
There's some other in-game mechanics that also increase inflation
Like
that
what?
are not gold mines.
What's
Are you gonna
increasing your... Oh.
Trade companies.
He's promoting trade companies.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess that's worth it because it's giving him a lot more income. But yeah, 138k manpower, fairly good for this area.
Really
Yeah,
good generals.
Amazing generals, good amount of professionalism saved up, good force limit, good manpower. I think Bukhara is gonna have a very easy time either going west, east, or south here. He doesn't really.
Is he Eastern Tech Group?
Yes. Bukhara is in an excellent spot at the moment. Yeah, very good spot. This is an interesting mechanic that I've.
What do you form here?
Form? I think you stay Bukhara. Bukhara has Grand Hetimate, which is an amazing government type, and it also has Uzbek ideas, which are really good. So I don't think he has to
ideas.
form. Yeah, I don't think he has to form anything, to be honest.
Reform Mughal Empire, obviously.
I mean, yeah, but
why
I think
would
that
a fucking nation ruin? What?
Yeah. Bukhara at the moment just sitting, not really doing anything, exploiting like the huge power vacuum that's been created here by Manchu dying, by Muscovy being weak, by Timurids being weak, and I think that's the best play. He's scaling really hard, much better than anyone else, and is gonna be a very strong country when he consolidates. All of this is also open. I think Oirat...
Yeah, my truce is running out.
Yeah.
A little bit later this year, so...
And also in the mod he gets a colonist next one, so then he's gonna be able to start colonizing this for free, and this can proc gold mines, which, you know, fairly strong. So...
Are you the original player, Dux?
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Why is everyone being confused about that? Like, I was just... I was just late.
Everyone's shocked that you're playing good.
One. What?
I'm just kidding.
One of the fucking best players.
I'm sure I thought
it's
this
a joke.
Different Bukhara.
No.
And I think that's it for Bukhara. Not much to say. Just playing.
Why is Austria doing Diplo with Bukhara?
Yeah, that is a bit weird. Probably against Ottomans. Yeah, Bukhara playing pretty boring right now, but I think the best play, because like there's just so much shit to gain here, and he's gonna be probably the strongest in the neighborhood minus the Ottomans when he's done consolidating. So,
Kaiser made a different Discord account, pretending to be Bukhara, tried to do Diplo with Habsburg.
Amazing. Alright, I think that's it for the video. Just quickly to wrap up, like a minute at the end, I think the strongest country in the game right now, Ottomans definitely. Biggest potential.
Deccan, Ethiopia, England all have great potential.
Yeah,
biggest
potential. I think
honestly, England is the highest potential right now because he just got the 3 new worlds, so he will have like 5-6 fucking nations.
Yeah, biggest potential is definitely England, and then Ethiopia, then Deccan, I think. But
honestly, like the issue is that the scaling difference between England and the next one on that list is actually, the difference is pretty huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the colonial nations are pretty heavily nerfed.
They are not.
They're not that nerfed.
Nowhere nearly heavily nerfed.
Anyways, guys, I gotta end the video here, so I'll see you around.